All right, y'all. I'm back. Sorry about the last one. I'm gonna have to get the technical part in motion. If anybody's here. Uh, so what I want to talk about today is money versus character. And when I say money versus character, because it seems like it's real easy for money to alter people's character in the worst way. God tells you that the love of money will destroy you. It will destroy who you can be. Even though, money and status, that's what this world is basically thrives off of. But this world thrives off everything evil, right or wrong. Yeah, we needed to pay our bills and, you know, get, you know, get into some rooms. But baby, if the room that you in will only allow me to enter because I got something to provide for you, I don't want to be in your damn room no way. Because I think my character holds more value to me than a dollar. Because money come and go. But your personality and who you are should be unwavering for any amount. I see mother come on here. Oh, because of their status, they think they can dog walk somebody. Talk about them like a dog. But they aren't supposed to say nothing back because, they don't got enough money. Shit. You say something crazy to me, I don't care how much money you got. I don't care if you're the president. You say something crazy to me, I'm going to say something back. And that's period. But it's just the crazy thing to me that people be so focused on other people's pockets. Something that don't increase or decrease your life. Why do you care? Why the hell is it your business what somebody else made? What somebody else got going on? You can't be comfortable in your own life because you so focused on everybody else got their own life. And in this particular day and time, everybody need to be focused on their own shit. Like it's crazy. I be watching, I be bouncing around on here, and I be just tripping. But you see it all the time. You can't talk about such and such. Cause please, the hell, they better not talk about me. Shit. Cause understand, I may not be the richest, honey, but my bills get paid every month. My kids don't want for nothing. My husband don't want for nothing, and I don't want for nothing. Anything that I want, I can get. And if I can't provide it for myself, my husband gonna provide. So understand, I don't give a damn what you say. But y'all, I just see a lot of people be moving janky like y'all. Worrying about what's in somebody's goddamn pocket. Why? Why does it bother you what's in somebody else's doggone pocket? Continue doing the right things that you need to do in your life and increase your life. Because if money is what drives you, then you don't got no time to be worrying about nobody else. You need to be worrying about making more money. And hell, you don't need to think that it's okay to make more money off of the demise of somebody else. People be having the game twisted. What you eat don't make me shit. And what I eat don't make you. So why you out here worrying about everybody else? But then, people come on here with money. Oh, they can think they can just, they can say whatever the hell they want to say. And you get warned not to say nothing or step back. Y'all crazy as hell. Like I said, the richest person in the world say something about me, something out the way. I'm going to say something back. And I don't care about you worrying about how much money in my pocket, baby. I don't give a damn about you exposing that. If people so broke or low beneath you, what the hell you talking about them for? Why are you wasting your time talking about them? They're not on your status. So why the hell is you in their business? Broke people, rich people that's above, thinking they're above everything. You shouldn't be around here mingling with the little people any damn way. Yeah, but as you all can see, sometimes the most richest people are the most miserable. We watch that every day. when these rich people around here killing themselves and on drugs real bad and et cetera, money don't make you happy. So why would you allow somebody to disrespect you because of their status or because they got money? You feel like you can't talk to them. I don't give a damn if you was to say, oh, she broke. So I'm broke in your perception of what you think is important in life, but ain't nothing broke about me pertaining in my perception and my children's perception and the people that matter to me the most perception, because I make sure all them straight. And that's that's what I try to do in life, is make sure my family's straight. I don't give a damn about strangers as far as what they think of me, because at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter. I don't live my life walking around worrying about what's in somebody else's pocket. Why is you pocket watching? Like, that's the worst person to be, a pocket watcher. The hell is you watching somebody else's pocket for? That don't add or decrease value from your household. Why is it your business? Why do you worry about that? Get to know a person as the person that they are. You shouldn't be worrying about what's in their pocket. Because any mother that's pocket watching, I don't want you in my presence anyway, because you got an agenda. Ain't nothing about you real. You worrying about the wrong shit. Worrying about what's in my pocket. That ain't your business. Because again, it's not adding or subtracting anything from your household, so why are you worried about it? That's weird behavior. Then you walk around and try to judge people based on, I love when I hear my girls say, but you don't know me for real. You right. They don't know you. Like, y'all be pressed. Y'all ever get to the point you try to downgrade what other people are doing, like okay, so like I said, with being a parent, there's no handbook to being no doggone parent, okay? Period. There's some things, yes, you can take responsibility, but when you see somebody that has amazing children doing great things, doing nothing bad, how could you have something bad to say? Like, don't do that to children. This is what I say, the love of money, because you feel like it's going to get clicks and views and this and that. It's going to run you a bag, but you want to run a bag by talking down on children. Child, that bag going to empty out real fast, because that bag is built on bull. Like, don't let this shit remove your character. Well, you know what? That might just be their character, though. Let me tell you. Because there ain't no way. But then I be tripping, because when the mug come on here with, static, it's, oh, don't respond, don't say nothing. Oh, but you want to keep bothering other people that you feel like pockets ain't on the same level as yours. Because in reality, you don't know them people pockets. Some people are not into materialistic things, so you don't see them around here being flashy and having on designer and all that. But that don't mean they broke. Most rich people are not flashy at all, actually. The rich people that I do know in my life, they're not flashy at all. They don't buy nothing designer, to be honest. They don't spend their money on nothing designer. And their character is flawless. Because they don't make me feel any less accomplished when I'm around them. That's how you know somebody that's rich. When you're rich in character, as well as being rich in money. Those are the ones that's going to stay rich. They don't never have to worry about losing what they got. Because when God come around with that humbling list, he ain't got to worry about them trying to humble them. Because they lived their life humble. They came from nothing and made something real great out of themselves. And they still very humble. Because they never forget how it felt to not have. So they value what they have. And in the midst of valuing what they have, they know that they don't have to downgrade somebody else. Like, that's the weirdest shit I ever seen before. That's weird. That's weird behavior. To feel like you got to down somebody else, that really ain't doing nothing. You know, grown people can have disagreements and bounce back from it. But baby, when I be seeing them statuses, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with people? I even hear rich people saying that. When somebody make a comment about their life or something, oh, what your bank account look like? It don't matter. It don't matter. Because the same way they can die, you can too. It don't matter. We all bleed the same. And it's not to minimize your accomplishments, but it don't make you better than no damn body. Like, get some act right about yourself. Like I say, the most richest people, miserable as hell for real. A lot of them had to sell their soul to get what they want. So they gave up their everlasting life for this life that we just moving through. That's just a temporary one. That's what the love of money will do for you. And yes, we all need it. But again, it shouldn't be nothing that you wake up every day pocket watching somebody else. Good morning, Alice Flint. How you doing, beautiful? Like, why would you wake up every morning worrying about what somebody else has going on? Like, you cannot be happy within yourself or within your life. And that's how you wake up every morning. You wake up every morning worrying about what somebody else got going on. You're going over there worrying about how many clicks and views they got. You worrying about why the hell do it matter to you? Like, I got so much going on in my own real life, and at the end of the day, I will want the best for everybody. So if I'm not going to add value to their life and pour into them, I'm not going. And then you push people, good people, to respond back and say stuff that's out of character for them because you keep bothering them. You know, I just feel like in these days and times, life is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Every day we wake up, somebody passed away, unexpectedly. You don't want the last thing that you did in life to be something negative or to be something that was not of you. You don't want it to be something that you shouldn't have even been wasting your time indulging in. Because we don't know when the day gonna come. We don't know the day or hour that God is going to pluck our flower. Why not live your time focused on yourself? Trying to create a future for your children. Because listen, I don't want to build anything that's based off of somebody else back in a negative manner. I don't want it like that. Because those type of blessings don't last. Because understanding they don't come from God. The devil gives blessings too. Okay? I don't want it that way. If it ain't from my God, I don't want it. And God tells us, don't none of us sit high enough to look down and judge nobody else. But for some reason, people still thrive off doing that. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect person because you come messing with me. Oh, yeah, I'm going to, I might just tongue thrash you. God's still working on me. But what I'm saying is stop bothering people that ain't bothering you. I don't care how much money you got. Leave people the heck alone. Like I said, these rich people get on that. They've been did something crazy and they think it's okay. They've been did something crazy. And then when people get in the commenting or, standing up against it, then they're told, oh, what your pockets looking like? You don't got enough money to be coming. Yes, I do. I'm alive. I don't need money to comment. I got breath in my body. God gave me a voice, and I'm going to use it for whatever I want to use it for. In a positive manner. And if you do something that I don't like, and you put it out for the world to see, I can comment on it without belittling you. We all can take advice from somebody. It don't matter. Some people have seen things in life that you have not seen. It's okay to be receptive of advice. It's okay to be receptive of someone trying to help you. You don't don't know everything. None of us know everything. None of us have not been in every walk of life. So it's some people that have experienced things that we haven't experienced. But understand, I'm going to listen to you based on your intellect, not your money. Because everybody that's rich ain't smart. Everybody that's rich aren't good people. I'll listen to you based on your intellect and your vibe before I listen to you based on your pockets. Because again, your pockets don't have nothing to do with me. You know, us as a unit have to understand and, you know, understand that and be careful, understand and be careful of what we allow in our space, what we allow to feed our brains, what we allow to feed our, you know, to control our emotions and things like that. Because, you know, somebody can unconsciously be in your space too long and their character starts to rub off on you and you don't even know because you're used to being around so much negativity that you become a negative person, but it seems normal to you because you've been around it so long. So now this person has unconsciously inserted their behavior in you and you start to act out that behavior. And again, you don't understand why, but it seems normal. That's the problem. They're too busy judging others and not look exactly, not holding yourself accountable. Thank you, Beautiful Blossom TV. I appreciate you, baby. They don't hold their self accountable. If you look in the mirror and what's looking back at you, you don't like it, you need to spend time fixing that. Instead of trying to sweep around somebody else's front door, sweep around your own first. Make sure you're happy with you first. And if somebody got something in their pocket or you feel like that they're thriving more in life, there's nothing in this world that nobody else is doing that you can't do. God has put it in you to be whoever and whatever. He gives you free will to be whoever and whatever you want to be. Can't nobody tell you what you can't be. Can't nobody tell you what you can't do. You can do all things through him. You ask, you shall receive. You ask God to guide your footsteps. You manifest your future. But don't ever get jealous or envious of what somebody else got. Even though dollar bill, because when they die, that money can't go with them. That money can't go with them. Good morning, Terry Cody. Good morning, Beautiful Blossom. Good morning, you gonna learn today. Good morning. Again, Alice Flint. Thank you all for joining me. Like, don't ever let nobody make you feel like, even if you're in the worst place in your life, don't ever make somebody else feel like because they got money, that what they say out their mouth holds value in your life. Don't ever let nobody do that to you. You can only take responsibility with how you feel about yourself. And like I said, if you don't like something about yourself, you fix it. Don't let nobody else make you feel down on yourself. Because your situation can become theirs tomorrow. And that's why I constantly tell people, be careful what you put your mouth on. Be careful what you say about people. We watched Kanye West supposedly lose $2 billion in 24 hours. Even though he's still a millionaire, still to him, he felt like he made a big deal of $2 million. Most of us ain't never seen no 2 million. Going down from billionaire to millionaire status. Most of us have never seen that in our lifetime. And that happened to that man within 24 hours. That was a good example to show y'all how your life can change in a blink of an eye. Humble yourself. And if God has blessed you to be rich or, rich or whatever, again, thank God for that. Brag to God for that. Because that, if you're a godly person, that's where that comes from. Because like I said earlier, the devil gives blessings too. So it just depends on how you got it. That'll dictate the longevity of it. The devil give those quick blessings. God give those ones that you got to go through to get to. Okay? but they mean more to you once you go through to get to. You value them more because you had to work for them. You had to go through some trial and tribulations to get what God had for you. And that's okay. We don't come from a God that will leave us or forsake us. We come from a God that's going to walk through with us, on the side of us, and sometimes carry us through those trials and tribulations. He's going to make sure we make it to the other side. But it's going to be hard, baby. It ain't going to be easy. So you'll be proud of yourself no matter what status of life you're in. You be proud of you. Because every day that you wake up and you breathe is another day closer to what God has for you, baby. Don't let nobody take that from you. They didn't give you joy and they can't take it away. You know, a lot of times we get down on ourselves because of what other people think. Even people that has money. You feel like, oh, you want them to look at you a particular type of way. Hell, some of the people with money, you shouldn't care how they look at. Well, none of them. You shouldn't care, but most of them, you don't want them to look at you any kind of way. Because a lot of them are involved in a lot of demonic mess. And those blessings ain't come from what you believe in. Those blessings came from the wrong place. Those blessings come from a place where you have to give up your everlasting in this temporary place just to look good to society. Just to walk around. Listen, I walk around with my head up. I don't give a dog on what my bank account says. As long as my kids are fed, my household is in order, we ain't losing nothing. My babies is in good health. I'm in good health. My family in good health, baby. I don't give a dog on if I had $2. I love myself the same. And anybody from my city tell you, honey, walk around and make everybody laugh. And no matter what I'm going through, they'll say, she's a vibe. That girl's so crazy. Because no matter what I'm going through in the moment, I know God is going to fix it, and trouble don't last always. But trouble is something that's guaranteed to happen because it got to happen for you to get to what God got for you. Trouble has to happen. Good and evil is a balance. But God give you free will to choose. You choose the side. You choose what game you gonna play. And not only you responsible for what you allow somebody else to do in your life. You have to put that value on yourself and you stand on it. Don't let nobody alter how you feel about you. I don't give a doggone if they're the president. He gonna die too one day just like you. Somebody bleed the same blood as you has no place and has no status in or opinion on the value that you should feel about yourself. Unless God himself come sit on my bed and tell me that I ain't worth a dime, I don't give a damn what nobody else say. Because he's my creator. He's what I come from. The good and the bad in me. It comes from him. He know what I'm going to do before I do it. You know, people, you just have to, you just have to love yourself, y'all. Love yourself. I don't give a dog on where you are at this current state in your life. Like I said before, this is not the ending for you. Every day that you get up to breathe is another day closer to your season. You understand? Don't invest yourself so much in somebody else that you miss out on the blessing that God got for you because you too busy in somebody else's damn business. That when God knocking on your door, you missed it. Because you're applying your life to all the wrong stuff. You're applying your time, your intellect into all the wrong stuff you can't change. You can't change nobody unless they want to change themselves. So don't overinvest yourself in somebody else. I know that's right. Keep your own household in order and stop Focusing. Exactly. And stop focusing on others. That's right, Miss Alice. I always tell people I have 9 children. My house ain't never in order. Okay. These children one way one day, next day they some other way. I be like, Lord Jesus, Father God, give me strength, Lord. These children crazy as hell. I said all the time, I said one day they're just the sweetest. Then another day you wake up and be like, who are you? I be too doggone busy. I don't know who I'm gonna wake up with. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna have to deal with. But outside of my baby's mama gotta have a life too now. So that's where the time come in for stuff like this. You know, we just have to learn that we're worthy. Even in the worst sense, you're worthy. You're gonna learn today. Say that. I hate that I have to go do some work. We'll definitely catch up. Okay, thank you so much for joining. I understand. Know that you're worthy. You're worthy of anything in this world that your heart desires. You're worthy of it. Okay? I don't care what your mama say, what your daddy say, what your neighbors say, what the internet say, even what your kids say. You're worthy. Because even when you're a parent, you still are an individual yourself, okay? You are responsible for you. Love you. And work hard as hell until that person that's looking back at you in the mirror, you're proud of that person. Never stop until you're proud of who's looking back at you. As long as you're proud of who's looking back at you, it don't matter what nobody else say. It don't matter what nobody else think. Like I said, anything you went through in life, you had to. Those was the cards that you were dealt. You had to go through it. But one day, your trials and tribulations will become your testimony. One day, you'll look back over your life and you'll understand why you had to go through so much to get to where you are. Every time I get down and discouraged or feel unworthy or complain about what God is, what God is allowing in my life or something like that, I go read the book of Job and I get my act right. Okay? I get my act right and I stop complaining. Okay, Alice said, I said the same thing when I was raising my boys when they were teens. I used to think, who kidnapped my... That's right, Alice. That's how I'd be like, what is wrong with y'all? That's exactly how I be, Alice. I'm telling you. Now, wait a minute. Where my baby? Bring her back. I don't know who you is. I'll go to sleep. Dad tell you, my favorite say, go to sleep and try again. Like, who are you today? With 9 kids, I can see so many mixed personalities. I don't even know who this Sharon is sometimes. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And you know what us as parents got to know too sometimes when the devil can't get hold of you, he attack your children, he attack the closest things to you. So you got to keep an eye on those babies when they start to change. Sometimes they under attack. That's why I taught my kids to learn how to pray for themselves. Because after the age of 12, honey, mom is no longer responsible for your sin. So you better know how to ask God for forgiveness. You better know how to ask God to forgive you. And know how to come to me when you feel uneasy. Because I pray over mine every day anyway, because it's a must. Even as teenagers, them adolescents will drive you fool. You hear me? Thank you, Betty Coleman. Them adolescents will drive you fool. They'll have you think you're the worst person in the world. But wait a minute, all I did was, hold on, let me think. All I did was tell him he couldn't. Oh, okay. Then he go on Facebook and said, I hate him. Lord Jesus, I just told the boy he couldn't go to the gym today because he ain't do his chores. Now he's telling the world I hate him. What the world is going on? Thank you so much, Aura. I appreciate you. That's how they be. When you don't give them what they want, they tell the whole world you hate them. But like, what are you talking about? All I said is you can't do what you want to do in my house. You're going to do what I tell you to do. But they are grown men now, so polite and handsome. 31, 30, and 28. That's a blessing. But you had to, that's one of those things too. That's something, that's another great example. That's something, those are people that you love the most in life, but you had to go through with them to get to the point that they are now. You had to go to hell and high water raising those babies for them to grow into the men that you're proud of today. So it's another great example of what I said. The best things, you go through hell first. And then you sit back and you watch the outcome of the hell you've endured, the sacrifices that you've had to make through your blood, sweat, and your tears. You created something amazing. Like I tell people, even when my babies ain't the best, I'm still their mom. I'm never ashamed. Because what I also teach my children is I've invested a lot in you. I've poured in you your whole life. I've sacrificed my whole life for your life. If you choose to grow up and destroy all that in a bad decision or something that you choose to do, understand that's on your back, not mine. You know right from wrong. I've instilled in you right from wrong. Now is your time. You pray for yourself, and I'm always gonna pray for you no matter how old you get. But understand, sometimes our children stray from what we've taught them. Just like we strayed from what our moms and dad instilled in us. People seem to, you know what? People forget that they were children one time too. You know, they for some reason people be forgetting that. Like they never did a bad thing coming up, you know, because when other children do it, oh, it's always the parents' fault. That's not true. That's a lie. You know that's a lie. Did everything you do, was that your parents' fault? No, some our kids are unfortunately subjected to a lot of different behaviors in the world. And at times when we can't be around. So sometimes they're more impressed by what's going on in the world than what's in the house. That's why I tell my kids, be in the world, not of the world. Because being of the world will destroy you. Pick your battles. Be careful what you allow yourself to step into. Because, baby, the world will destroy your babies, okay? I've been through so much this last year, but you know, God has kept us through it all. But baby, these children have to really, really, really start using their brain. They got to. And they got to stop thinking that it's okay because you're a child to do stuff you got no business doing. You are so right. I am so proud of the men they turned out to be, and they keep God first. That's right, and that's the main thing. That's why I tell my babies, ask God for help. When you don't understand, ask God to give you clarity. Don't ask nobody around you to give you clarity. Ask God for the clarity. He will provide it, and He's going to provide it with no judgment. He's going to provide it for you clear. So get it from Him. You can ask Mama. I'm going to definitely give you the best advice I can give you, but nobody can guide you like the Lord. And that's for them grown ones. Because sometimes you can tell them grown ones whatever you want to tell them. They want to, oh, they grown. They think they know it all, child. You don't know nothing. You never lived. You just was born today. You ain't never go through nothing before today. When they got problems. You just got born today. Child, them grown ones won't listen. They got all answers. And they ain't never been through nothing. How that works, Sway? How you got all the answers? They ain't never been through nothing. You're going through something right now, and I'm trying to help you through it. But you know all the answers already, so what the heck you came and asked me for anyway? If you weren't going to apply my advice to help your situation, why did you come and ask me? But I wouldn't change it for the world. But baby, being a parent is an adventure. You hear me? It is an adventure. But it's one of the most important things we'll ever do in our life. Thank you so much, Model. I appreciate you. It's one of the most important jobs we'll ever have in our life, okay? And sometimes it can get so hard that you want to throw your hands up in the air and say, God, I can't. I can't. But you got to. And if you give up on anything in this world, never give up on yourself and never give up on your children. You know, never. You can't. It's not an option. Some of them be bad and some of them be doing stuff that drive you nuts. But I hear people now in this particular society, they say stuff like, and these kids hear this stuff and they see this stuff. They see, if anybody in your life toxic, you cut them out your life. I don't care if it's your mama or your daddy. You don't think you was toxic all your life coming up? Would it have been okay for me to cut you out my life? No, it wouldn't have. So they need to try more of encouraging families to come together than to keep trying to encourage them to be apart. And mom and daddy can't cut a child out of their life, so why would you instill in the child it's okay to cut people out, cut your mama, your daddy, all that out your life? Don't try to work it out. Now, if that mama or daddy had done that, you'd be right here talking about they the worst parent in the world, they the worst, they neglectful, they this and that. But now you're encouraging their children to turn their back on their parents because they had a disagreement. Oh, it's toxic. Understand, some relationships are not dispensable. And I tell them all day, I would do, my mama wasn't the best mama at all. But I miss her every day of my life. Every day. There's not a day I wake up, I don't miss her. And I wouldn't care. I would have her toxic self right here in my life every day of my life. If God gave me the option. But he had other plans. So I just hate when I see people say stuff like that. Like it's the oddest and the craziest thing that you would try to put out into the world for people to pick up on. Telling them it's okay not to be around your loved ones. You know, I had one of my family members that was on drugs real bad. But you know, in my family, we still taught her children, you love her regardless. Regardless of what she do, she says she has an addiction. She is no longer in control of her mental. Once you lose your mental, you don't have control over anything. She loves you. She gave birth to you, so she loves you. She fighting her own demons. We never encouraged her to, I totally agree with you. That's right. We never encouraged her to not be around her mama. We never encouraged them, oh, don't be around your mama because she's toxic. She only brings negative energy when you're around. No, we encourage those children to still love your mother regardless. Because you never know when her life could become yours. You love your mom. She gave birth to you. And that's something you can never in your life repay her for. I don't care how bad of a mother, in the definition of the word, is. She gave you something you could never repay her for. Because she could have put your ass in the bucket. Okay? Now that's the truth. That's the raw, uncut truth. So you love her through it all. It don't matter. It's sad that she got out into the world and the world did that, you know, to her. But you think when she grew up, she said, I wanted to be on drugs. Do you think that was the dreams and aspirations she had for herself? No. The world destroyed her. So you don't say that you don't want to be around her because she's toxic. Don't let this world do that to you, make you think that that's okay. That's the most selfish thing that you could do. Because like I said, no matter what you do in your life, you could never repay her for giving birth to you. Because again, she could have made a different choice. You know, this world don't respect realness no more because it's not much of it. People say what you want them to say just to stay in your space. People are not open to telling the truth or really saying their real feelings or educating you on the real intellect that they have and went through in life because they're too busy being fake, just saying what you want, what they feel like you want them to say to stay in your space. Listen, if I can't be who I am and tell you or give you constructive criticism, I don't want to be in your space. Because I'm receptive of it when I'm wrong. And if I'm in your space, you need to be receptive of it too if you're wrong. You're right, model. That's right. But even if they don't love you back, you make sure that you continue to love. Because only you are responsible for you. You can't be responsible for how somebody else loves you. We all pour. I was just telling somebody the other day, I pour so much of myself into everybody else till I have nothing left for me. So that's what I'm working on now in life, but I don't regret doing that. I don't regret loving people the way I love people. You ask God to fix that relationship. Because sometimes people do love you back, but they just don't know how to show you they love you back. Some people don't know how to display love for real. And sometimes they do display love. You just can't receive the love the way that they're giving it because you don't love the way they love. So you don't understand it. So sometimes it's just a lack of communication and lack of understanding one another. And like I said, some people you can't love nobody until you love yourself. You understand? So if somebody don't love themselves and they see you giving them all this love, they don't know how to be receptive of that model because they don't love themselves. So they feel like if I can't love and value myself, how can you love me? Is the love you giving me genuine? Like I feel like I ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So how you see more in me than I see in myself? So they push you away. They do their best to push you away and make you think they don't love you. Because they feel like I've destroyed myself. I don't want to destroy her. What I learned in my life, sometimes the most meanest, aggressive people that was in my family loved me the most. Believe it or not. The ones that I felt like in my life never loved me actually did. But they didn't know how to show me that they loved me because a lot of times they never got love. And that's another reason. Some people never received love, before you. So they don't know how to be receptive of that. They don't know what that is. And sometimes people have gotten love that came with agendas. So they don't know who to trust. So sometimes it's not always that they don't love you back. Sometimes they just don't know how. They don't know how to love you to a place where you understand that it's love. Or that you really show, that you really know that that's what they're showing you, love. They don't know how to display it. That's just like me with my mom. When I was coming up, my mom was very, very, very abusive. To the point I was in and out of foster care when I was in Baltimore, Maryland. I was in and out of foster care. And the last time the judge told her, every time I put her in foster care, she run back to you. I'm sick of putting her in foster care, and then in the middle of the night, she running. He said, so she coming back home, but I'm going to tell you, if you put your hands on her one more time, I'm going to put you under the jailhouse. And my mom's response was, if I can't beat her, y'all keep her. Through my whole life, when my mom fell sick with her heart disease, nobody was around to take care of her but me. You understand me? But me and my brothers. So although she treated me like that, in the end, it was all me. All she had was me. After she died, I heard a lot of lessons. I heard a lot of situations about how she was coming up, how she left home at 16, left and went to Job Corps and never returned home. I learned a lot about her life, a lot of the things that she went through. And then I understood. Oh, she really did love me. She just didn't know how to love me. She didn't know how to show me she loved me. She was too busy trying to raise us off survival. She didn't know how to gentle parent. She didn't understand how to receive that children would do things sometimes. It doesn't always require you to get the extension cord and beat them until they have open wounds. It never should require that. But what I'm saying is she didn't understand it because it's all she knew. That's all she knew. So it took me a lifetime almost to heal from that once I found out her upbringing. Then I was like, this is why. She couldn't love me. She didn't genuinely love her. She couldn't love me in a way that I would know that she loved me because she didn't genuinely love herself. It makes me love more in spite of, but I know when someone loves me or that love is the way you treat. That's right. Correct. But you got to understand that hurt people. It don't mean that they don't love you. Hurt people. It don't mean that they don't love you. That's why it's very important when you see people saying they need their space or you feel like somebody ain't moving funny around you when you just pop up at their house, stuff like that. It's very important to pay attention to those signs and don't do it. Because sometimes people just need to be to themselves sometimes. Sometimes people need to heal from their traumas first before they involve themselves in situationships, friendships, anything, marriages, anything. They got to heal from their trauma first. Because they bring that and they make you pay for it. Traumas that you never caused. Unconsciously, they make you pay for it. And it alters the character of who they could be. Because they too busy trying to work through their traumas with somebody else while inflicting their traumas on that person. You understand? So it don't always mean that, I worry more about somebody's loyalty to me. If I can trust them more than I worry about whether or not they love me or not. Because like I said, I had to learn the hard way. My own mama, I thought didn't love me. Until I grew up in life and found out about her situations and understood why. It sounded like you are telling my story. It took my biological mother being on her deathbed to admit and apologize to me for not knowing how to love. That's right. And that was my story too. She apologized to me in the hospital when everybody else was saying, oh, that little girl, she's just being grown. When they continued to take up because, again, kids would be seen, not heard. When she apologized to me to that day in the hospital, a day before, crazy. Everybody felt crazy because they had to put their mouth so much in stuff that had nothing to do with them. But she made it right before she left. And then I understood more after I found out her upbringing, the things that she endured, the traumas that she endured. I understood more why me and my brothers had to endure what we had to endure. And there's still no hate. I love her. And I still miss her every day. And I wish I could have even 24 hours to talk to her. But I talk to her all the time in my prayers. I'm like, God, tell my mama holler at me. Come sit on the bed and talk to me. I hear about everybody else having these experiences. Come holler at your girl. I need to see you. I said, make sure you tell her I forgive her. It's okay. You didn't kill me, so I'm all right. I'm all right. Yep, a lot of us have that story, Alice. Yep. It's unfortunate. Sometimes it's just that's why platforms like this are important, because sometimes people can heal through your story knowing that they're not the only one. I have a story and I know they didn't love me because it showed all my life, but it didn't stop me because it was godly. It was the godly thing to do. That's right. That's why I said I don't focus on people loving me so much as I focus on the way people are loyal to me and things like that. Because like I said, I was misled thinking my mama didn't love me. And in reality, she did. Because then I hear about the stories when I was an infant, the ones I don't remember, when my family tell me, oh, she used to hold you all the time. She'd be like, oh, you can't take my baby and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, wow, I wish I would have known that, Mom. I wish them the type of memories I had. I wish. But my family tell me. I miss her every day. an adopted mother that I love dearly, but I still miss that. That's right, that love from my mama. There ain't nothing like it. Even if it's not perfect, that's your mama. Like, that's not replaceable. It's not. It's not. And this world trying to tell you it is. It's not. That's still my mama. That's why you find so many adopted kids, even when they was adopted as infants and stuff like that, and didn't even know the biological mother. They go searching for her because it's a chemistry that draws you to your biological parents. So that's why I say even them, and then the ones that raised my life can't understand. Like, I was with you since you was straight out the coop knot. What you looking for her for? That's my mama. I love you, but I want to know her. And it's all about chemistry. But y'all, my foster mother was amazing at first. I thought she was my real mother, and I miss her dearly. Oh, wow. So you must have found out later on in life that she wasn't, or did you already know originally, Alice, that she wasn't, but you felt like or are you saying that she loved you so much she felt like she would be your real mother? Is that what you're saying? Or that you found out later on in life that she wasn't your real mother? And I love that too. I love when the mothers can come in that are not biological and they can make you feel like they're biological. They can love you unselfishly and have unquestionable love for you. I love to see other people love people, children, even stepdads and stepmoms love other people, children like their own. I love that. Oh my God. Oh God, Mom, I'm so sorry. And pull out a gun and say, I understand. And like I said, I can't speak for your mom, but what I'm saying is certain things people don't know how to love. She didn't. I don't want to say it. I don't know. Let me say it. She scared you with the gun. That was very, very, very aggressive. But she didn't, pull the trigger. That's why I said some people are just mean. Not making excuses because that's awful. But what I'm saying is don't keep carrying that trauma. Because when you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, it don't destroy nobody but you, model. You got to let it go, baby. You got to heal from it. You got to. You got to lift the weight of the world off your shoulder because when you carry those traumas, and I'm speaking from experience, you bring those traumas into the way you raise your children. You bring those traumas in the way that you move with your everyday life. Until you heal for those traumas, you bring them with you. And you unconsciously insert them in the way that you do, the way you move every day, the way you raise your children, the way you, even if it's not actually doing what she did, you'll have a form of that character because you harboring those feelings. Bad feelings will consume you. They will eat you up and spit you out. Oh wow. Oh wow, Alice. I found out when I was about 6 and I thought my birth mom was my aunt. Oh wow. Well, I'm glad that you found out the truth. That's the blessing in it all. You found out the truth. But yeah, we allow negative stuff to come in our space, and negativity will consume you. I promise you it will. It will consume you and it will chew you up and spit you out. Carrying that trauma will eat you from the inside out. Carrying all that negativity around, I'm telling you, it will consume you. Don't let it do that to you. You got to forgive. Forgiveness ain't for her. Forgiveness is for you. We got to forgive others as God forgives us. Even when they're the worst and done the worst. You got to forgive. Because like I said, it's not for them, it's for you. That healing is for you. And what you will know sometimes is when you let go and you forgive them, the blessings start pouring around you. Because now you're not clouded. Your vision is not clouded by so much negativity. Your vision is now clear. So you start seeing what's in front of you versus focusing on what's behind you. You can overcome anything in your life once you live through it. You taking another breath, you can overcome it. All right, y'all. We gonna join. I'm gonna go live again. I appreciate everybody for coming on. My baby starting to move, so she about to wake up. And she gonna be doing all that whining, child. So I'm gonna have to tend to her. But I thank you all, and I hope to see you all on my next live. And for you all, please turn that pain into power. It's necessary. Turn that pain into power. And may God bless you all abundantly. And may your tomorrow and your today be better than yesterday. God bless you all.